Well, like, so this is going to be probably one of my shortest videos that I've ever done, purely on the basis that the clip that I'm responding to is 2.5 minutes long, and that's pretty much all I've been able to find, irrespective of which platform I've searched for it. If there is a full version, then so be it. However, my point being here though, that yet again, more propaganda predicated on or on the back of revisionist slash selective history, which of course is an S&P narrative, which which of course is a narrative that goes unchallenged. The last time that I seen this much hype, so to speak, pertaining to Scottish celebrity, shall we say, was Obi-Wan the Bobby, Ewan McGregor. You know, he was interviewed a few months ago and he parroted all of the proverbial talking points, all of which are fucking predicated on nonsense, as I've said. Now, this time around, though, it's Brian Cox, and he sat on stage with Nicola Thinlips. But even right off the bat, before I even play the video, look at what's on the screen. Yes. Yes to end London rule. But what does that mean? What does that mean? Because fundamentally, the entirety of the S&P's campaign for some time, the S&P's momentum, the S&P's narrative, the S&P's slogans, the S&P's whole agenda, if we play into the parameters that, you know, politics is all totally legitimate and organic, it's all about the European Union. Has been for some time. Now, of course, people will try to rebut me by saying, oh, well, of course you're independent in the European... No, you're not. No, you're not. It's just nonsense. I've always made the point of saying, if you want independence, advocate for it. If you want to leave the UK to rejoin the European Union, advocate for it, sorry. But do not conflate the two. Do not pretend that they are one and the same. Because if you do that, you are playing directly into the likes of Thinlips' little narrative. Anyway, let's go for it.
I realized that there was no social democracy was missing, and the only place that social democracy seemed to be present was back in my home country. So I thought, I've got to go, I've got to shift. I can't hang around with this anymore because we're on a hiding to nothing. It's always going to be the same stopping game endlessly. And my country has to be free. We have to be free. We have to be our own person. Because it's become so obviously, I mean, anybody who comes here sees the difference between the North and the South. It's
same way you could make the same argument for the North and the South of Scotland, in truth, but just let me pull this back, just ever so slightly.
We have to be free.
Free from what? Because what irritates me about this, because this is abhorrent propaganda. It's been shared everywhere because, oh, it's Brian Cox. I don't give a fuck. In truth, like, I don't care. The point is here that they use nationalistic talking points to try and win over people. But the reality of the matter is this is not a nationalist movement, nor is it an independence movement. So when they say things like this, they are lying. Now, for some of these people, admittedly, it's a case of, as Thinlips would try to advocate for, independence and European Union membership are one and the same, right? But for the other half of this this group of people that make these claims, make these fictitious narratives, fucking hell, they know they're lying. You cannot make nationalistic arguments when your intention is not a nationalist outcome. It's as simple as that. Free from what? Free from Westminster's grip, quote unquote. And then what? Into the hands of unelected European Union bureaucrats who dictate what policies get put forth. Is that where we're headed? Yeah? But that's not what they say, is it? Nah, it's no. But it goes without saying. Nah.
We have to be our own person, because it's become so obviously, I mean, anybody who comes here sees the difference between the North and the South. It's so evident now. And Scotland has never been more ripe for it. The only thing is, I just wish the people of Scotland would have a bit more confidence.
You think?
And, you know, and that's the thing that really gets me, because, and I think it's through conditioning that we haven't got that confidence. And once we've got...
Conditioning? Conditioning, yeah. Okay. I mean, where to begin with this? Where to begin with this little segment here? Let me pull it back a wee bit.
Thing that really gets me, because, and I think it's through conditioning that we haven't got that confidence. And once we've got that confidence, we will all agree, because everybody, you just look at this bunch of, I won't say it, but this bunch of...
Oh, banter. Conditioning. We're ripe for independence. Again, there is no definition. Independence is not defined. The entire basis for this quote-unquote independence movement, this indyref 2, is solely based on us leaving the UK to rejoin the European Union. Always been the case. Always. Because prior to the UK allegedly leaving the European Union, Nicola Thinlips, the SNP in general, were advocating for a people's vote. Prior to the people's vote, which of course, just for anybody that's not aware, or if you need me to refresh your memory, the people's vote was a second EU referendum. Prior to that, they tried everything, absolutely everything within their power to stall, scupper, slow down, reverse, or stop completely the 2016 referendum result from, you know, being respected, acted upon. That's all it's always been about. And now and only now, we talk about independence, you know? But it's not independence. It's not independence. It's European Union renewal.
We've just been through, you know, and you know this is where we should be, and we should have our own country, and it should happen now. And it shouldn't be about personalities, it should be about country first, not politics, country first.
And
Country first. Country first. Any Scottish nationalist worth their salt would not be listening to this tribe, would not get behind this tribe, because not one thing that this individual here has said is legitimate in any shape or form. He's not even mentioned the Scottish people. He said the people of Scotland, so he's kind of bought into that old trope. But the point remains the same here. Again, it's hijacking the desires that some people have for independence in order to leapfrog us into the European Union. You know? That's what this is. This is supposed to get you to start cheering. This is supposed to stir up some patriotic vibes within you. But the reality of the matter is, it's European Union renewal.
And it shouldn't be about personalities, it should be about country first, not politics, country first.
Country first, that's why we'll end up back in the European Union. I keep saying it because it's just, if that's what this is.
And democracy.
And democracy.
Oh, democracy from the head bobbing, bull-cutted, fin-lit boot. Democracy from Little Miss Stop Brexit bus. Democracy from the woman who's already, on record, ruled out, albeit she's not said it in 2022, but she said it in 2021, Thinlips ruled out, in a hypothetical scenario, of Scotland voting to leave the UK in a hypothetical indyref 2, she's already ruled this out. She said that no. A vote for indyref 2 is an instantaneous vote to rejoin the European Union. That's democracy, is it not? And again, let's just reverse a wee bit further back into time with the Stop Brexit bus, as I've already mentioned. All the years that the SNP did everything within their power to try and ensure that the UK never left the EU. Oh, we're really respecting democracy. And as I already mentioned as well, the people's vote. Sturgeon stood on a fucking stage. She stood on a stage in London, microphone in hand, Jill Bulk at the and advocated for a people's votes. But she's going to sit there now and talk about democracy. It's disgusting how malevolent and deceptive this woman is. It's the truth. She is. It's malevolence at the highest order.
And do you think there's something about living outside of Scotland, you know, seeing it from the outside, that allows you to see all of that much more clearly often than people who are living here can?
And you...
No, do you know what I find funny about that is the fact that every single time they wheeled out some Scottish celebrity who doesn't even live here, all they seem to do is reiterate the, as I mentioned, the unchallenged, selective / revisionist history. A narrative that has been able to become solidified as time has gone on because it remains unchallenged. It's predicated on revisionist / selective history. It's predicated on nonsense, lies, malevolence, deception, and thin lips. Oh, you think you can see it? But no. I mean, that in and of itself is perplexing, because the reality of the matter is, an outsider is going to be even less educated than somebody who is in the country.